Hi everybody! So this video is going to be a bit of a vlog video. I've had some questions lately and some are makeup related and some aren't, so I thought I would take a few minutes to answer some questions. And since it's a vlog video, this is going to be very relaxed, so get comfortable and get ready to chat a little bit. Since, like I said, since it's a vlog video, I'm going to go ahead and start out and tell you guys a little bit about my weekend. This past weekend, my husband and I and one of my very best friends and her boyfriend went on a little double date night. This was all her doing, all my best friend's doing, and I have to tell you, she planned it a couple of months ago. And for the last couple of months, I've been like, we're gonna go do what for 3 hours? Like, seriously? And what we did was we went to a painting class. So we went and we met with an artist who paints, and her work has been featured at the White House and at the U.S. Capitol and also at the Pentagon. So she definitely came off as a very artsy kind of girl. So, you know, not to be like stereotypical or anything, but she definitely had a very relaxed, go with the flow kind of attitude about everything, and I totally dug that. The class that we did was called Art by the Glass, and if you're in the Northern Virginia, DC-ish area, you can check them out, so I will link their information below. Basically what we did is we walked into some empty easels and a lot of seats and some paint. She gave us a picture of what we would be painting, but we were told that we could paint whatever we wanted to. We didn't have to stick to the picture. We could omit things from the picture. We could add things to the picture. Like I said, very relaxed. And to add to the relaxed part, we had a couple glasses of wine to go with our painting session. So I'm a white wine drinker, not so much a red wine drinker. So I drank a few glasses of white wine, and I will say I think my painting got better the more I was drinking. That being said, I will have you know I have not taken an art class since elementary school. So the fact that I have been telling her for I don't know how long, like, you're going to make me do what for 3 hours, that is where that all stems from. I am happy to say that we had a blast. It was a really good time. Even the guys really got into it, did a lot of really good painting, and so I figured I'd show you guys my painting. Be nice. I told you, I haven't painted in, like, ever. So, let me see if I can even get it in the frame here. Well, kind of sideways, but you get the idea. It's this whole couple walking by the water theme. With some lamp poles, which I don't like my lamp poles, but with some trees and all of that. So there is my first attempt at painting in, you know, a long time, 20-ish years. But that was a lot of fun. I think it's really nice to try to stop and get away from your everyday activities and go do something that is totally relaxing and different from what you normally do, especially if you can do it with your spouse or your boyfriend or just your girlfriends and go out and have a good time. That's always important to do, to try to take a break from life. So my mom was gracious enough to watch my son. He had a blast. He even like cried when we went to go pick him up because he got to play with his cousin all night. And that's what we did. So that was fun. I hope you guys did something fun over the weekend too. One of the things I wanted to talk about was I mentioned in one of my videos that I go on Disney cruises. And that is true. And I got a couple of people that asked me questions, and I kind of get this a lot. Why do I go on Disney cruises? And really, there are lots of reasons. I could probably do an entire video on that. But my family goes just about, well, once every year and a half, somewhere in that realm. And that's only been the last few years. My first Disney cruise might have been 2001. I'm trying to remember. My mom's best friend works for Disney. She works at the parks in Florida. And, you know, she's just a cast member. She's not anybody, like, super high up or anything. So don't get excited and think we got a free cruise, because that would have been awesome, but it didn't happen. But she did get the opportunity to sail on the cruise ships when they were still kind of relatively new. And so she asked us if we wanted to go, and we were like, sure, why not? So my mom and my brother and myself and her and some other friends, we all jumped on the boat and had a fabulous time. Had it not been for her, I don't know that we ever would have gotten into cruising, honestly. I don't know that it's something that would have occurred to us. If we did, it would have been years later, I would think, when it started getting super popular. And, you know, we live somewhere near a couple of ports, not big ports, but a couple of ports that, you know, have ships come in. So we might have checked it out, but I can blame my obsession on her. And I blame her for a lot of things, but she's okay with that. Anyway, so we went on that cruise, and then my next cruise was not until 2007. I went on a cruise for my honeymoon, and I had been thinking about it that long. Like, seriously, I was so ready to go back. So when I knew I was getting married, I told my husband, I was like, we're going on a cruise. He was like, okay, fine. So I booked a Disney cruise, which most people would think I'm crazy because I booked the most popular family cruise line in the world to go for my honeymoon. And so I have to say that that was fabulous. Disney really knows how to cater to what you want or cater to what it is you're looking for. Yes, there is tons of stuff for kids to do, but there is also a lot of things for adults to do. There's lots of bars that are adults only or that kids are not allowed to get into after hours. There's a whole section of the ship with their own pool for adults. And one of the absolute highlights of the cruise is being able to go to Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island in the Bahamas. And the island is amazing. If you ever envisioned what your perfect, like, destination desert island with a few amenities added in, not many, and not a whole lot of building or anything. It's not like they turned it into a theme park. That is, Castaway Cay encompasses everything about that. And they reserved a whole section of their island for adults, so it's an adult beach. You have to actually get on a tram and travel quite a distance, and if kids end up there, then it is probably by accident. They have wandered down the wrong path for like 15 minutes and stumbled upon it. But anyway, that's fabulous too. And then trying to think now, I've kind of lost track. This is going to be my 6th cruise. So, I booked another cruise. I think my next cruise was a family cruise where my brother and my sister-in-law had not been on a cruise before, and I talked about it like crazy, and my mom was insanely jealous that I got to go because obviously she hadn't been since the previous one. So I went ahead and booked a cruise for all of us. My dad, I have to point this out, part of the reason I think we never went cruising after our first one is my dad was one of those avid people that just did not want to go on a cruise ship. He was not a fan of being stuck out in the middle of the ocean with nothing to do, which is what he thought would happen. He wanted to go vacation somewhere where we're on land. He wasn't a big fan of the idea of going to different places and traveling by water. He just was not into the idea. And he was adamantly not into the idea. So I kind of figured that the only way I was going to convince him to go was to book it and tell him about it later. Whoops. So that's what I did. I booked the cruise. I booked it for all of us, and that includes my brother and his kids and his wife, and then my younger brother as well, and his girlfriend at the time came with us, myself and my husband and my parents. And so we all went and had a fantastic time. My dad, within the first day, had explored the entire ship, had found pretty much every little secret passage he could find, and knew where everything was. And from that moment on, he was completely hooked. He loves cruising. In fact, he loves it maybe most of all of us. And so I am here to tell you right now that if there's somebody in your life that thinks they're not going to like it, try it. You might be surprised, because he talks about it probably more than we do. So we booked a couple more cruises, and I think, like I said, I'm getting ready to go on my 6th cruise, and the last one we went on was January of 2011, which I realized was not that long ago. It feels like forever ago. Cruising is the kind of thing, well, at least with Disney. I can't tell you about any other line, but at least with Disney. It's the kind of thing where you get off the ship and you are so ready to get back on. At least for me. I've never done short cruises. I've always done long cruises. I think my mom's best friend really spoiled me there because our first cruise was a long cruise, and I cannot imagine going on something shorter than a 7-day cruise. I'm sure at some point I will have to suck it up and try one, but for me, when I cruise, it's like by day 3, I'm really getting comfortable with it. The first couple of days, you know, you're getting the layout of the ship down, you're getting your rotation down, you're checking out all the activities. By day 3, you're really good and relaxed. Like, really good and relaxed. By day 6, by day 5, you're starting to realize you're getting kind of close to the end of the cruise, and you're trying not to think about it. By day 7, you're trying to figure out where you can hide on the ship so that you don't have to get off. So we have a fabulous time. The kids have plenty to do, and I guess if you have any questions about that, you can go ahead and ask me. The one big question I kept getting was, what do you love so much about them? And the only thing I can say, because I can't compare Disney to any other cruise line, but the only thing I can say about my experience is for anybody who's been to Disney World, or any of the Disney parks, I guess, Disney parks just have something different. And that something different, I feel like, is attention to detail and the customer. So I feel like they go above and beyond on many different aspects to try to make sure that you have a spectacular time while you're in the park. Everybody's happy and upbeat, and everybody's just having a great time. It's so infectious that you can't help but not be happy, relaxed, and have a good time. And so I find that they carried that perfectly over to the Disney Cruise Line. It is not like walking into a theme park when you walk on the ships. It's like walking into the most beautifully designed, gorgeous ship. And yes, there are the Disney elements. A lot of times they spent painstakingly time in trying to make them very subtle. So, you know, occasionally if you're looking at a beautiful banister or something, you might, if you look hard enough, realize that there's a Mickey face in it or something like that. But you really got to look for it. And yes, there are characters on board. They have character times where they will come out and take pictures with the kids. It's posted all over the ship. If you don't want to be around it, don't show up to that area at that time. It's a big ship. Do something else. But they don't really throw it in your face. If you go to the planned activities, the parties and stuff like that, yeah, there's going to be a character make an appearance, or there might be some Disney music played or something, but there's certainly regular things too. They have a whole theater on the ship where they play all kinds of movies, not just Disney movies. But like I said, I could make a whole video on that, and I feel like that's what this is turning into. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to answer that. Being that it's my 6th Disney cruise, I can safely tell you that it's not the cheapest cruise out there, not the cheapest cruise line. There are some ways to get good deals and make the best out of your vacation, and I feel like I have maximized every single one of those out there. So if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to help you guys out there too. And I guess for the makeup related part of this vlog, I will tell you that I have placed an order for a couple different things accidentally, didn't mean to, but there is a product that I've been wanting to try that went on a really great sale, so I ordered that, and something to help with organization. I ordered that, so those will be coming. I also had a super, super sweet subscriber who found out that I had missed out on the Tarte QVC 8th Wonder of the World, pretty sure that's what it's called, set, and I did see a picture of what the current auto delivery set was, and I really, really liked it. I've wanted to try the Tarte foundation for a while. I loved the blush in the set, and I was just kicking myself for not signing up for it. So she found out that I wanted it and contacted me, told me that she was skipping this shipment, which I think is the last shipment, and asked me if I wanted it. So that is coming this week too. I'm excited to try that out and do a review about that. And I think there's a test tube coming this week. So it's going to be a busy week. I'm going to try to get all that filmed, but I don't know. Aside from doing the videos, I'm obviously a mom. Right now my son is taking a nap, and that's why I have this amount of time that I can talk to you guys. And I run my own business too, so it's going to be a busy week. I have some clients that need some work done too. Anyway, if I keep talking, I'm just going to keep rambling. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.